Financial Officer, Brian Collins.
Councilman Spinoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Personnel Committee met this morning and chose to send this item downstairs with no recommendations that the full council could discuss. And I so move.
Thank you. Electronically, please. It's been moved by Councilman Spinoza, seconded by Councilman Morrison. Councilman Fullilove.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chair. As you know, this morning in committee, I had some rather harsh comments about Director Collins, and I want to say to Director Collins that my comments about you may have felt overly personal, and for that I am sorry, and for that I apologize, because you are a perfect gentleman, have always been very professional to me and very kind to me personally, and I want to give you the respect that you deserve. I want to try to clarify the emotion around my comments and try to resolve some issues about your appointment. Now, as you know, Fran Triplett knows, most of my council members here know, maybe some of my newer colleagues know, the last council had to make some really tough decisions, and they made some cuts that were painful, and especially painful to the retirees. I heard something today that hit me in my gut when I was told that one individual, because of the cost of his health care, $1,600 a month, his check was $785. $785 for the first 2 weeks and $785 after everything was paid the last 2 weeks. $15 he received. Now, it was very emotionally taxing for those who voted for and voted against the retirees. And I'm proud to say that I voted for the retirees. And oftentimes members of this council felt that the previous administration was not as transparent and not as open about finances as they should have been. Mr. Collins, I looked at you and said, oh, many times you looked like a deer that was caught and seen through the headlights. I mean, you just stood there. And I knew that for you to have worked with some bank for as long as you'd worked and you were in finance, that you had to have some modicum of knowledge about finances. I knew that Fran Triplett and her friend couldn't have come in here and looked at those numbers and say, this is what we found. We found some disparities. And you would never really comment on that. And it appeared to me and maybe to others that you just had no knowledge at all. I know that wasn't true. Maybe the administration that you worked for, the administration that you were loyal to, maybe they weren't as transparent and open about the finances. Maybe that was true, maybe it wasn't. Mostly, there was no money. Sometimes, and I love this, they would find money. You were quoted in the paper a couple of weeks ago as saying that we could fund the pension in 2017, not 5 years, as you had told the previous council. And why is that? Because you had found some money. Well, I thought about that. I thought long and hard, Mr. Collins, about that, about you finding money. And I raised the question, could you find the money for the pre-65ers? Could you find the money for them? With all due respect to the previous mayor, oftentimes you had to be the messenger, and sometimes the messenger gets shot. In the last budget, there was no money. Then the administration supported a 1% pay increase for police, for fire. So as a messenger, maybe we unfairly, or I unfairly shot at you. I see you looking down, Mr. Collins.
You've got 40 seconds, Ms.
I'm
Fullilove.
almost through, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Strickland has committed to be more open and transparent in financial matters so we can share in setting priorities and setting our budget. We want that partnership, and we certainly deserve it. I want you to know that we are committed to that openness and fairness and transparency, and I will try not to shoot you as a messenger. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilwoman Fullilove. Councilwoman Swearingen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you don't mind, I have a question for Mr. Collins.
Absolutely. Mr. Collins, would you approach the podium, please?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing, Mr. Collins?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I was looking at your resume.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have listed as an address 125 North Main. What's your home address?
My home address is 149 Harbor Isle Circle North, Memphis, Tennessee, 38103. I live about a quarter mile from here.
Thank you very much, sir.
Any other comments, Councilman Swearingen?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other council members seeking recognition on item 32? Seeing none, please cast your vote for item 32.
Boyd, yes. Brown, yes. Colvette, yes. Ford, yes. Fullilove, yes. Hedgepeth, yes. Jones, yes. Morgan, yes. Morrison, yes. Robinson, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, yes. Chairman Conrad, yes.
The item passes.